Hey everybody, Max Kevin here. It's Little Kid Podcast. Not too long. Everybody have a good week this week? Did you have fun with your friends, huh? Did you go to Knott's Berry Farm? And you're like, oh, let's ride the new Zoomer coaster. Only 4 people have died on it. I want to be the next one. I want to be on the news. Did you guys hear about that fat kid that fell off out of a ride? Like one of those Tower of Terror rides or whatever, that shoots you up and then... It shoots you up, and then you fall down, and then you shoot up, and you're like, oh my god, look at me, I'm having so fun. Oh god, life is so fun. I'm a bag of water. And now I slipped out of this, and then I splat on the ground. Yeah, poor kid. Poor kid, but apparently he was too fat. He was too fat, and then the attendant there, he's like, yeah, it's okay, don't worry, kid. Even though you're way too fat for this, I'll just override the safety precautions here. Okay, yeah, get on it, go ahead. And the kid, his harness wasn't down all the way or whatever. So then, gravity did its thing, Gravity does what it does, You can't get rid of gravity, because we live in a universe, all right, everybody? We live in a universe, okay? And there's rules like gravity, okay? And no matter how fat you are, you can't just wish them to go away. And, so anyway, kind of feel bad for that kid, That's a bummer there. But, hey, that's what happens. That's what happens here in America, No one cares about their health, That's why everybody dies of COVID, and that's why everybody dies from the Tower of Terror rides, okay? Because everyone's too goddamn fat, all right? You know where they don't have that problem over here is in Japan. You know how many people have died from the Tower of Terror rides over here in Japan? 0. Why? Because they all weigh 100 pounds. You know how many people died of COVID over here in Japan? I don't know, maybe a couple hundred or 1,000. I don't know. But why? Because they're all fucking. None of them are goddamn big fat fatties. Anyway, I hope everybody has a healthy week there, Try not to eat any processed foods. All right, why don't we drop the McDonald's for a second and pick up a salad? Okay? All right, why don't you pick up a salad? Anyway, I've had a very frustrating week this week, Oh, just another week of frustrations. Isn't that great? We got 52 weeks a year. We got one week this year is just full of frustrations. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Isn't that just wonderful? Probably 50 more weeks of frustrations. Maybe two fun weeks in the year. 50 weeks of frustrations. And 2 weeks of fun. On vacation. You go on vacation. Don't you hate it when you go on vacation and you just get frustrated that week too? You're just like, oh, what do you mean? The hotel, I can't go in my room. It's only been 30 minutes. I gotta wait 30 minutes for the goddamn cleaning. They clean the semen stains off my pillow. All right, whatever. All right, I'll wait. No big deal. Is there a bar around here? Anyway, a little frustration, so I started my job. I started my jobs the beginning of, I guess 1 month, It's been almost a month now. Started my job there. One of my schools, they've been kind of late with the contracts there, because, I don't know, I guess their admin department just doesn't, they're fucking useless. No, they never had the contracts ready. So I've been working without a contract. No big deal. No big deal. They still paid me, the money's in my account, so that's all I really care about, but no contract. So they finally give it to me, and they're like, okay, you gotta take this home, you gotta write your name and your address there, and then you gotta sign, you gotta stamp it, And, so over here in Japan, instead of signing things, they have this little stamp called the inkan, and, well, basically what it is, you go to the 100 yen store, you go to the dollar store, you buy this little stamp there that has your name on it, when you go in the Knott's Berry Farm, and you're at the souvenir parts, and you're looking at the license plates, You're like, okay, this license plate says Steve. You want to get one of the license plates with your name on it? You're like, okay, where's the one that says Kevin? Oh my god, there it is. Oh my god, that's my name. Oh my god, I want to buy it, Of course, made famous in The Simpsons for having the Bort license plates, They didn't have Bart, but they had lots of Bort. And there were a lot of kids named Bort, apparently, in that Simpsons episode. Anyway, so it's like that, Except instead of license plates with your name on it, they're like these little red stamps with your name on it, right? And basically, pretty much all the Japanese people all have the same names, or the same, 300 names, So you go to these stores, and they got, 300 names there, And I remember when I first came to Japan back in 2010, I went to the store with my office lady there, and she was trying to figure out which one of these things she should buy for me, because I don't have a Japanese name, So she finally bought one that was sort of similar to how my name sounds, but basically it meant like little girl, like the meanings of the Japanese symbols. They all have meanings in addition to how they're pronounced, And the one that kind of sounded like in my name, apparently it meant little girl or something like that, you know. So anyway, I used that one for like a year, and then I lost the fucking thing, you know. I don't know what happened to it because this goddamn little red stamp. Who gives a fuck? You can buy them anywhere, you know. And then like a couple times, you know, like you go to these, you sign a contract with the company or like a rental agreement or like a cell phone agreement or like your, you know, whatever. You know, anytime you got to sign stuff in America, in Japan they do it with a little stamp here, you know. And like sometimes I go to this place and they'd be like, "Where's your stamp?" I'm like, I don't have one. And they're like, "Okay, just sign it," you know. So basically, like most of the time, almost all the time in my 10 years here, I've just been signing. You know, because the stamp thing's fucking stupid, you know, and anyone can buy those stamps, you know, so if you want to impersonate someone, all you gotta do is buy a stamp with their name on it, you know. It's totally fucking retarded. Anyway, yeah, there was only one time when I was leaving Japan there, you know, I lost my wallet. I don't know, I'm not sure if I talked about this on the podcast. Maybe you can go back 3 or 4 years on the podcast. I guess, yeah, this might have been in the beginning of the podcast. Can't remember. This might have been before the podcast. This might have been pre-podcast. This might have been PP, pre-podcast. I don't know. But, yeah, I'd lost my wallet, you know, so I had to go to the bank, and I had my passport. I had my bank card, I had my bank notebook, I had my ID, my government-issued ID, but I didn't have the stamp that I originally registered with the bank 8 years prior, you know, so they wouldn't give me a new ATM card, you know, even though I had my passport. You know, I didn't have this 100 yen stamp that you can buy anywhere. That doesn't mean a goddamn fucking thing, you know, so, so anyway, I just bought a new one, is what I did, but it didn't match the old one. And then, you know, I had to register. It was a whole big fucking thing. It was a whole stupid big fucking thing just because it was a goddamn stamp. It's a goddamn, you know, so anyway, so I haven't, you know, besides that, I haven't ever, you know, used one, so, I signed my contract, I gave it to the guy, the admin guy, and he's like, oh, this doesn't have a stamp. And I was like, yeah, I just signed it. That's what we do, because I'm a foreigner. He's like, oh, you don't have a stamp? And I'm like, nope, never used one. Every single job I've ever had here in Japan, never had to use one. You know, I only had to use it for that fucking bank, because that bank's fucking retarded. He's like, oh, you don't have one, huh? I was like, nope. He's like, oh, you think you can get one? He's like, yeah, I guess I can. You don't want to take this contract and just, you know, with my signature on it, just maybe. You know, maybe no one will care. Maybe you're the only person that cares, you know, because you're kind of dumb. Yeah, this guy's kind of dumb. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's why he's an administrator. He does paperwork at a university. Like, just talking. You know how you just kind of talk to people and you know that they're kind of dumb? I've kind of noticed that with this guy. He's kind of dumb. He's like, oh, you need this stamp. And it's like, oh, okay, dude. All right, well, the contract's already a month late. I guess one more week of delay is not going to matter because I don't have this fucking stamp that I can just buy at the 100 yen store. You know, so anyway, Anyway, I'm getting a custom stamp actually with my actual name on it, you know, because I don't want to buy another one that says little girl, you know. So I'm getting another one. I'm getting a custom one. Fucking $10, man. Fucking bullshit, dude. Anyway, it's custom. Then I'll probably only use this one time and then never again, which is fucking bullshit, you know. Anyway, that's frustration number 1. Okay, on to frustration number 2. Okay, so I'm updating my Amazon page, you know. My author page, you know. So on Amazon, when you sell books on there, you know, you'd also have author page, you know. And you can also add this stuff called A+ content. You can add A+ content to your sales page. You know, it's basically just like little pictures and stuff. You can add like little descriptions, item descriptions and stuff you can add. You know, if you've ever seen Amazon, if you ever used Amazon, I don't know if you guys ever used this website called Amazon, but if you ever use it, you know, you'll definitely see this. You know, the seller can put some of their own information there, you know, so I've been doing that, you know, so I did that for like all my kids' books, you know. My kids' books are written in 2 languages, you know. I got these 10 kids' books written in 10 versions of the same book, so it's actually 20 versions of 2 books, you know. So I made some A+ content there, and I put a sample page on there, and of course the sample page has 2 languages. It has English and the other language, you know, because this is a bilingual book for children, okay. It has both, you know. And, you know, I hit the submit button, and I get this email back. It's rejected. It's like, yeah, we rejected you because you have languages other than English on this picture. You selected the language as English. You know, you can't select bilingual. You have to choose only one language. And you have a language on your picture other than the language that you selected. And I was like, okay, dude. It's a fucking bilingual book. It's a fucking bilingual book, okay? That's why it has a different language. It also has, did you see the English? It also has that. Did you see that? Did you see that did you see that it's a bilingual book? I don't know if you saw, you don't sell any other books on Amazon that have more than one language? How fucking dumb are you? How fucking retarded are you guys? You fucking idiot. God damn it. So anyway, what I did was well, the thing is, I did 20 books, right? I said, but only like 15 of them got rejected and 5 of them got approved. Basically they're all the same thing, So I was like, well, why did 5 of them get approved and the other ones got rejected? For, even though all 20 of them have different languages, So what I did, I just resubmitted it. I just resubmitted it again, and it got approved by someone else. Because I guess basically what happens on Amazon, I don't know if they do it by AI or something, or they just got all these, like third world country people working for $2 an hour, just checking it. Probably that, It's probably not the same person that checks it every time, So I just resubmitted it. Someone else checked it, and they realized it was a bilingual book. They weren't fucking retarded, so they hit the approve button, Okay, so I approved it, and so now all the on the American Amazon website, you can see all my A+ content there. You can see all the cute little pictures I posted from my books, But then, of course, that's only on Amazon.com, For all the other Amazon websites, like Amazon.co.uk, Amazon.co.jp, Amazon.go fucking mother, they're all the different ones, You gotta do them again. You gotta resubmit them for approval, But basically, if you submit them on the American one, you wrote that one in English, so they automatically copy to the UK one, to the Australia one, to the Canada one. They automatically copy because, they've already been approved on America and it's the same language. So it just automatically copies to that website and then you just have to submit it again. You don't have to redo the whole thing. You just submit it one more time. So I did that. And all the ones from Canada, they got approved. All the ones from Australia, they got approved. All the ones from UK, they got rejected for the same fucking reason. Because there's text on the page that's not in English. It's just like, God damn it. This already not only did I have to send this in twice, but this is just a copy from a version that's already been approved. You probably know that. If you're getting it from the UK, whoever's checking this has to know that it's already been approved, and all these other marketplaces. And this is the fucking fifth, and I've just been resubmitting this over and over and over. It got rejected like 3 times already. I'm going to submit it a 4th time because some fucking dumb retard that makes fucking $1 an hour in some god knows country. Jesus fucking Christ, just hit the proof button, you motherfucker. So anyway, I'm a little frustrated about that. Hopefully they approve. And there's no customer support here, Their emails they send you, you can't reply back to them. There's no way to talk to these people and say, hey, it's a fucking bilingual book that's already been approved on 3 other marketplaces, you dumb fuck. Just hit the goddamn approve button, So anyway, hopefully those will be approved this next week here. Okay, next frustration. Frustration number 2 down. Frustration number 3 going. So I don't know if you guys have been watching the markets this last couple weeks there, but they've been taking a giant diarrhea dump, Powell, the Fed chairman there, said, we might raise interest rates by 0.5%, up to a whole 0.75%, which is basically what they were lowered to in 2008, to stimulate the economy. You guys remember 2008? Remember that? Remember when they lowered interest rates to stimulate the economy? Yeah, they lowered them, they lowered them to 0, but basically, anything below 4% is still stimulative, So now they're 0.75%, so still stimulative, but, not as much as before. They're still printing a shit ton of money, just not as much as before, So the markets took a giant diarrhea dump, Then, of course, a lot of extremely bad data came out, like the trade deficit on negative $125 billion. And then, of course, GDP was projected to grow 1%, but instead it shrank negative 1.4%, which is, it's a 2% difference. So, oopsies, economy's going to shit. Everything's going to shit, So that makes sense that the markets would go down, because everything's going to shit, All the fucking central planning that everyone should have known was going to be a giant fucking disaster for the past 20 years, that everyone's just, well, I guess, Trump, Biden, Obama, John McCain, fucking Mitt Romney, that guy's Mormon, he's got 5 kids, he's got binders full of women, we can't vote for him. Okay, all this fucking dumbass political shit doesn't matter because they're all slaves to the fucking central bank, okay? They'll have the exact same central bank policy, And all that shit is finally coming home, All these problems that they've just been trying to kick down the road for the past 20, 30 years, they're finally coming home. Everything's finally getting fucked, so that's happening, and economy's going down, inflation's going up, everyone's fucked, and that's why the markets crashed. But of course, gold and silver also took a giant diarrhea dump. Gold took I would say gold took a medium-sized diarrhea dump, and silver took a giant diarrhea dump. Yeah, silver's down like almost 20%, and gold's down like 10%. And all this happened like the day gold hit 2,000. Hit 2,000. It's been like an 8-day losing streak since then. So now it's back. Yeah, and silver was 26, and now it's like 22 something. But it's just unbelievable, man. It's and it's not just that the gold mining stocks, right? Even though gold has gone down like $50, gold mining stocks in this 10-day period have gone down like 20%. They're trading at the same price they were trading when gold was like $1,780, $1,800. It's just it's unbelievable, and I get it. Like, okay, everyone's selling shit, but Jesus fucking Christ, man, what's with the overreaction on these gold stocks? They're so fucking cheap right now. It's unbelievable. I mean, don't people see that the Fed can never raise rates? Don't they see what's going to happen? The Fed's going to raise rates. Everything's going to tank again. The federal government's going to go bankrupt. Yeah, Biden's going to give Ukraine another $40 billion here. He's going to forgive student debt, another $1 trillion of student loan debt. Oh, that's not going to create any more inflation? Okay, Jesus fucking, I don't want to get too political here, Of course, this has been pretty political for the last 5 minutes, but Jesus fucking Christ, man. Don't people see what's happening? Don't people see this? Okay, and let's look at Japan. I don't know if you've been watching the yen. The yen's taken a giant diarrhea dump the past like 2 or 3 weeks, right? It used to trade 100 to 1 or 100 yen for $1, and now it's 130. So basically, the yen has lost like 30% of its conversion rate with the dollar over the past like month, right? And that's because the Japanese central bank came out and said that they're not going to let interest rates rise. They're going to keep printing money because they can't let interest rates rise because they have so much goddamn debt. If interest rates rise, it'll implode their whole economy. So they're just going to keep printing money, right? And the same exact thing is going to happen in the United States, right? If interest rates rise anymore, it's going to cause the government to default on the debt, right? And not just that, it's gonna cause all these companies that are borrowing money cheaply to default on their own debt, right? Like fucking Elon Musk with Twitter, right? He put up his Tesla stock as collateral, but if the stock goes down, he's gonna have to sell it, which is gonna make it go down even more, So there's gonna be all these crashes, all these things are gonna happen all at the same time. Everything's gonna crash, man. And the only thing that's gonna be safe, because it's gonna be all world currencies are gonna be inflating, all the stock markets are gonna be crashing. I mean, I hope cryptocurrency is going to crash too because it's literally fucking nothing. And people buy that are retarded, but who knows? But the only thing that's going to be safe is going to be gold and silver. It's going to fucking happen. It's going to, it should have been obvious. It's going to happen for the last 20 years, Anyway, so that's why I've always been telling people to buy gold and silver. That's why I buy gold and silver, So anyway, do that. Is anyone still listening? Probably not, huh? I bet anyone listening to this, I thought this was supposed to be a comedy pod. He hasn't said anything funny for like the past 7 months, actually. I don't know why I've been listening the past 7 months. This has been a terrible podcast. I don't know why I recommended all my friends to listen. This is terrible. This is really stupid. Anyway, of course, we got some fights coming up. This weekend. We got Rob Comic Sans Font versus Marlon Chito Vera. Marlon, if you talk to Sean Malley, he cheated Vera. Of course, I think this is going to be a pretty even fight. It's a pretty even fight. It's a pick. I mean, of course, Rob Cummins got fought. He's 5 years older. He's the older man, 34. But he's got those lanky arms. He's got those really long, lanky arms. Of course, both these guys got destroyed by Jose Aldo. So this is the fight. This is the fight for who got destroyed by Jose Aldo, but still has a little bit of pride. I think it's kind of a toss-up. Actually, I put $5 on Marlon Vera just because I think he's got more. He's got more to lose. He's got more. He wants it more. I think. Rob Font, he's a little older. He's a little older, and Marlon Vera, even though he looks like he's 47 years old, he's only 29 years old. Then of course we got old fat boy fight, Andre Arlovsky versus Jake Collier. Of course, Arlovsky probably should have retired 10 years ago, of course, but he's still fighting. And yeah, I mean, every time Arlovsky fights, I think he should lose just because he's such an old man, But they're giving him cans, and Jake Collier, he sucks too. So I don't know. I mean, Collier should win this one just for the age difference, but I don't know, maybe not. Probably won't. So I put $5 on Andre Arlovsky too. And of course, some of the other fights, I don't even care. I don't even care. We got Gerald Meerschaert in my pants versus Krzysztof Jotko. Is there anything else exciting? Grant Dawson, I guess 17-1. Should be an interesting fight. 17-1, dude. Lightweight, 17-1. Lightweight training. Lightweight training. Oh, Alexander Rukhimov versus Chase Sherman. They pulled out. I don't know what happened. He got an eye poke injury or something last week. They're supposed to fight last week. Alexander Romanov, he's minus 2,500. I think it's one of the highest odds difference. Yeah, I don't know. You can bet. I was thinking about betting some money on him, but I looked at it's like 100. If you bet $100 on Romanov, you win $4. That's I don't know. What's the point of that? I don't know if I want to risk even though it probably should be free money. I don't know if I want to risk $100 to make $4. Oh, anyway, yeah. I guess there's some people with decent records fighting, but they're all still pretty young here. But should be a good day of fights, dude. Of course, next week we got a big card. 274. Oliveira versus Gaethje. Rose Thug Rose. Namajunas versus Collier Esparza. Tony Oldman Ferguson versus Michael Oldman Chandler. And Super Old Man Marcio Rua versus OSP. Super Old Man. And then we got Super Duper Old Man Donald Man. And the card next week is Super Duper Old Man fight. Anyway, I'll talk more about that next week. If you made it this far, congratulations. Thanks for getting through all that political shit, I'll try to be funnier, I guess, in general. Thanks for listening. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.